Welcome, everybody, to the City of Farmers Branch City Council study session for Tuesday, March 3rd. Our first order of business will be public comments on study session items. I do not have anybody signed up to speak this afternoon on that. So we move into item C1, which is to review and discuss consent and regular agenda items. Councilman Gonzalez.
I have one question on J2.
You don't need to bring your presentation up yet.
Okay.
He's ready, just.
I'm ready. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I just wanted to know if this will better help us understand the pocket flooding on B and Vintage. I know I've had a couple of residents that were a little concerned with that.
Yes, ma'am. Some of the pocket flooding along the gutter lines, it will alleviate that because we will redo the gutter lines where we have low spots so that water will transverse and get to its outfall.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Bennett.
Nothing for me.
Councilman Reed.
Nothing.
Councilwoman Villafranca.
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Neal. All right.
Thank you.
Next step is item C2, receive presentation on an analysis of trade area data collection methods and their role in supporting a data-driven economic development strategy in Farmers Branch.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Darren Harris, Deputy Director, Economic Development. Today I'll be giving you an analysis on the trade area data collection methods. Just looking at the brief background and purpose, staff will provide an explanation of the methods and the strengths and limitations of each. Staff will also explain the how this will apply to economic development and the strategies we can use with the different methods. And lastly, we will explain the demographic data and how it's important to economic development. When looking at census data is collected as a publicly available demographic data, such as population, age, household income. Just to point out a few strengths of census data collection, we can look at census data collection for cost effectiveness, appropriate recruitment for marketing materials, and then it will also support retail leakage analysis. It'll show us where our retail is going from our city to other cities and where we're losing the comparative dollar at. The limitations that we'll have is that it doesn't show where the consumers shop, and it doesn't measure the actual visitation behaviors. When we're looking at the Walmart data, this uses actual transaction data, such as zip codes, and it shows where the point of sale is done at, and it shows where the shopper's home location is at as well. The strengths of that is it's highly accurate for the customer behavior and where they shop at. It reflects the actual spending patterns, and the limitations is that it's only available to existing businesses. And then the other thing is that the retail has to cooperate when we're looking at the actual Walmart data method. If they don't want to give the actual information out to us, then we won't have it available. When we look at cell phone data, that uses aggregated and analyzed mobile data to track visitation patterns to specific locations. So the strength of that is it captures real world traffic and it captures the cross shopping patterns as well. It'll validate new site visibilities, and it measures frequency and dwell time for patrons when they're at different retail locations. The limitation is that it doesn't show any spending habits, and it's the most costly of the other two methods. When we look at how this affects Farmers Branch, we have three things to consider: the cost-benefit analysis, the cost considerations, and how this can help Farmers Branch. When we're looking at the comparison of use, it'll identify retail gaps that are in Farmers Branch. It'll also demonstrate unmet demand that we have here in Farmers Branch. And it'll also show us the needs that we have for redevelopment and capital improvements. I'm just naming a few, I'm not going over all of them for you guys. When we looked at cost considerations, we have to look at the specific costs that we want to use when we go to these platforms. We have to look at the back-end IT that has to be put into it and the infrastructure that has to be added as well. And the cost range could depend on the service level that we want to provide for the different methods that we choose. When we look at how this can help Farmers Branch, it can enhance corridor development. It can show us where the shopping occurs and it shows us where the shopping is not occurring at, so we can concentrate on developing those areas. It can help with monitoring corridor performance as well, and it can strengthen our recruitment strategies. There are two council options that we have today. We can look at researching the available data platforms that support these methods and return with a formal proposal for council to consider, or we can just continue using the practices and procedures that we have in place right now and go with those methods. With that, that concludes my presentation, and I ask for any questions that you may have.
Councilwoman Bennett, you requested this, so we'll start with you.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good. Have we asked any of our, Walmart or any of our businesses for any of their data?
Not yet. We haven't.
Okay, what would that look like? If we're just asking for who, where their people are coming from, they're, shopping, coming across 635, whatnot, is there really a cost to asking?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. It shouldn't be a cost. But we also have a method that we're using already. We have Placer AI that we're using already, so we can
And
get.
how's that working?
That works well. We can get that data, some of the data that they have already.
Okay,
So we can use that, and we already paying for that, so we can use that in place of it.
sounds good. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gonzalez?
The Walmart data uses zip codes at the point of purchase, so that wouldn't work with cash, right? So we'd have little
Right.
gaps of, okay.
Correct.
Councilman Reed?
So would it be the RED group that would be getting the data, or are there third-party resources that we can utilize to get it from Walmart or other retailers or what have you?
Some of it will be ED, and some will be third party, like the Placer ID is third party. Placer AI, I'm sorry.
Okay. And do you know if we've ever used this type of method before?
Placer AI?
Yeah.
Yes, we've used it in the past, but we've been using it more this time.
Okay.
And
And
it's-
I apologize, I should have asked this earlier. In the past, how effective or how complete did we feel the information to be?
That I will have to research for you. I haven't
Okay.
been able to research how
All
the
right, I'm sorry
effectiveness
to
was
spring
in
it
the
on you
past.
last minute, that's my bad.
Okay.
And can I assume that not only will it show where we have gaps, but it will also show saturations where we're overdeveloped in certain
Yes,
businesses?
it will. It'll show them at demand plus saturated demand as well.
All right, great. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Villafranca?
Yes, Councilwoman Bennett, are you able to tell me, I'm sorry, help me understand what the purpose of requesting this information was? It just seems like more busy work for staff when really they could be out there hitting the pavement, knocking on doors.
Because I went to Bastrop to the economic development for TML, and this is, the Walmart method is what they spoke highly of for the state of Texas and how they do some of their things and recruit. And so I thought it might be beneficial for us to learn how that works.
Got it, thank you.
Councilman Neal? Oh,
Just a couple of comments, not as much questions, but I know some of the current strategy has been to utilize some of the census data. And I just like to have a little caution around the census data only because that was done during COVID. And I know there were people that maybe didn't want to answer their door, so it might be worth an asterisk at the bottom of any data screen or something saying that COVID was going on, so these numbers maybe suspect or skewed, yeah, directly. It's just something to be mindful of. The other thought I had was it might also be helpful to consider some of the other platforms that might be available, if nothing else, then to determine what costs might be involved to utilize such other data platforms and how they might integrate into this overall. So without actually engaging, paying a lot of money, what would that look like?
Well, I've looked at a research small-scale demographic data, and went anywhere from 2,000 to 15,000 for the cost platform, and then we looked at the large-scale ones, it went anywhere from 15,000 to 100,000.
Right. So are there any of these platforms out there that might be helpful to fill any gaps that we might have, given that the census data may be somewhat skewed, or to validate some of that?
Well, I
Such
think
as-
all of them draw off of census data, so
Right,
it'll
right.
be,
Okay, that's all. Just a couple of comments and thoughts. That's all I have, Mayor. Thanks.
Sure. I do have a couple of comments, if you allow me. So I think one of the first things that we would go to if we're trying to analyze business that's in Farmers Branch, existing business, obviously sales tax report. We can look and see, we cannot, you can, and the city manager can look and see how businesses are trending by virtue of just their sales tax. But that doesn't take into account other businesses in Farmers Branch which are wholesale in nature. And we do have a lot of businesses, warehouses that sell on a wholesale basis. So I wasn't sure where all this was going and what you were where you were trying to go, or where Councilwoman was trying to go on this. But I don't know what information Walmart makes public and what is proprietary to Walmart. So I think therein lies probably a pretty big question. There's all sorts of census and demographic information available through the government, but there are also a myriad of private sources. And being in the advertising business, we subscribe to a number of private sources to get information on businesses and who their customers are,
right.
number one, okay? Your job, and I don't want to tell your job, but your job knows city better than probably anybody else. And I know you're getting to do that. So one other thing that came to mind as I was thinking about this was available real estate. That includes both commercial retail and commercial warehouse, two different types.
Right.
And so CoStar, I think, can be a pretty good indicator there. Or I don't know if you have any contacts that you work with or network with sort of individually
Right.
that can help in terms of getting some information. I've done that through my own network of contacts with respect to available warehouse space in Farmers Branch. So, if there are tools available through the state that will help us refine what we're doing, then obviously we would want to take advantage of that.
Right.
Depending on cost, of course. But any of the information that's available for free, probably limited at best, but, any information is better than no information.
Right.
So just those were some thoughts I wanted to share with you. And if you ever would like to have a copy of the commercial reports that I get, I'm happy to provide that to the city manager.
Okay.
So, anything else? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just for clarification, this information is geared towards retail market, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not warehousing, it's not distributors or anything like that. It's taking a look at the retail market that we have out there, whether it's restaurants, soft goods, hard goods, whatever the case may be, and identifying where there are potential gaps, identifying where Farmers Branch if Farmers Branch residents are spending their money elsewhere.
Correct.
Or if other cities are coming to Farmers Branch to spend their money here. Does that
That's
sum it
correct.
up pretty well?
That's correct.
Okay, so it seems to me that, having that information would help you do your job from a retail, attracting retail business to identify, maybe types of restaurants or ice cream shops, or just places like that where we have gaps and we can utilize the available commercial/retail opportunities that we have and match them up with businesses that might be looking to expand to this area.
Correct.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is item C3, receive an update from the mayor and council members regarding board liaison information from outside organizations and other meetings attended. Councilman Gonzalez.
I met with Greg Boss at Tube Sending. I attended the strategic planning tour, the boards and commission banquet, the police banquet, and I really want to publicly apologize to McStrick Elementary. I was invited to read today, and my morning was just a hectic morning, so I did not make it. So I sincerely apologize to them.
Councilman Bennett.
I too attended the police banquet on Saturday night, and it was fun as usual. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Councilman Reed.
Yeah, I too attended the police banquet. It was fantastic. It's great to see all the officers get recognized for the great job that they do, and then the folks that stand out and are either put themselves in or end up in situations where they have to rise to the occasion. It was great to celebrate those individuals. Additionally, I went to Bankhead Brew Pub, had their 2-year anniversary on Saturday, and despite construction going on in front of their location during the event, it seemed pretty well attended. The folks there all had a good time, and it was great to celebrate a business that is thriving over there.
Very good. Councilwoman Villafranca.
It's been a busy few weeks. Had an opportunity to attend the charter review meetings. Great work being done. Attend the Chamber Maximize Your Membership meeting. Went to the ribbon cutting for Floor Covering International. Wonderful place. They come to your house and they give you all the samples at your own house with your own lighting. Attended the Strengthening Workplace Dialogue in a Changing Political Environment at the Office of the North Texas Commission. Attended the League of Women Voters Luncheon. I was able to attend the DART board meeting. Attended the Farmers Branch Carrollton Art Association monthly meeting. Attended the Boards and Commissions banquet. Attended, of course, the strategic planning session and tour. Thank you very much for all of the staff and city manager, deputy city manager that put this together. I also we're all at the special called council meeting to discuss DART. I went back to Tai Chi again, which I'm happy about. Attended the State of the City for the City of Carrollton. Attended the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD State of the District. Attended the MetroCrest Chamber Annual Awards Luncheon. They did a wonderful job. Mayor and the other mayors from our neighbor cities did a great job. I attended the Envision Art Show. I had a meeting with the president of Dallas College, Brookhaven campus, Dr. Madeline Burillo Hopkins, had a great meeting about all the great things that they're doing. They'll be having an open house really soon. Attended the Galleria Chevrolet flag ceremony. What a wonderful way to celebrate our 250th anniversary. Attended the MetroCrest Chamber Lunch and Learn and learned about drones. And of course, I attended the Police Department Awards Banquet. Happy anniversary, Chief McCoy. You did a wonderful job. I had a wonderful time and I won a TV. It was really cool. Attended the senior breakfast this week. And today I was able to attend the local government Hispanic Network North Texas chapter meeting where I was all morning in downtown. I want to wish everybody who observes a happy Holi and remind everybody that March is Women's History Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilman Neal.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to apologize to the police department for my inavailability for attending on Saturday. I was a little under the weather, but I want to give all my kudos to the department for all that you guys do, and the ladies as well, to our community. Thank you so very much. Just briefly, I did also attend the boards and commissions dinner, as well as the strategic planning committee meeting that we had, and put forth a few ideas there. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. So I too have been pretty busy working for the city, and I took a day with a videographer and rode DART. And that was a very interesting experience. Rode trains, light rail, buses, and Silver Line. So spent a better part of a day doing that. Attended North Texas Crime Commission luncheon, and I brought with me a guest from the FBI to see what that was about. I'd attended a couple of meetings with Commissioner Summerman. I'm working with him on a project for mental health for first responders, and then also a deflection center project. We also had a meeting with, which included Councilwoman Bennett, subsequent to one of the meetings that I was involved with. Of course, the board and commission banquet, it's always a nice thing to be able to recognize our citizen volunteers for the city, and I think everybody really enjoyed that. The North Texas Commission put on two really, really good seminars. One of them, we got to visit mayors and other attendees got to visit with Brian Daniel, who is president of the New York Stock Exchange, Texas, which is opening up downtown, and just learning all about that and how they're going to be engaging with businesses to help them expand their business and expand their investor base. The other was a legislative roundtable that was had with many mayors and city managers that North Texas Commission put on. We were brainstorming exercises related to property tax, local control and zoning, and economic development and other tools. Very, very interesting, and it was really interesting to be able to bounce ideas off staff from other cities that were in attendance. Of course, the state of the school district, that was always a fun meeting to attend. MetroCrest Chamber had their Rising Star Awards, and I was very proud to be able to present our Rising Star, Erin Flores, her award. Envision had a very unique event take place. Thomas Bustos, who is an artist who happens to live here in Dallas, painted or created, I should say, 3D replicas of many famous works of art, the Mona Lisa, American Gothic, my gosh, the list goes on and on. And these works are there at Envision, so people who are blind or visually impaired can actually touch and feel them, because they would never get to see what the Mona Lisa looks like. And for these individuals, and I watched a bunch of people go up and sense what these various works of art were all about by feeling and touching them. It was pretty amazing to see. So kudos to them for doing it. Of course, Galleria Chevrolet had their big flag ceremony. Addison participated with us, so Addison Police and Fire were there with our police and fire. That was a really fun event. Chamber did have a lunch and learn regarding drones. Bankhead had their second anniversary. I was there also, which was fun. The police banquet and awards, very good event, Chief. Thank you for inviting all of us, and congratulations to all of our outstanding officers. Of course, we had the Branch Connection First Monday Breakfast yesterday, and that was very well attended. So we have a lot going on in our city, and I would encourage everybody to go online, farmersbranchtx.gov, and check out, see what's going on in the city. That's all I have. Next up is item C4, review and discuss future agenda items. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Nothing for me, Mayor.
Councilwoman Bennett.
As we move forward with DART and the ILA, I want us to consider how we will use the funds to create a plan to work with DART and secure the DART station.
Councilman Reed.
Nothing for me right now.
Okay. Councilwoman Villafranca.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to request a comprehensive presentation from Commissioner Andy Summerman regarding the unhoused initiatives and the development and operation of deflection centers, including governance structure, funding mechanisms, measurable outcomes, and anticipated impacts to member cities. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Neal.
Yeah, I just have somewhat of an update to maybe lighten the load for the city manager and staff, and that is I had asked for a policy and guidelines regarding reimbursement, but after conversations with the city manager as well as legal counsel, it does not appear that we can put such parameters in place due to the charter has wording in there that sort of prevents us from putting too much of a guideline around it. So if it's appropriate, I'd like to pull that item from the list.
That'll be done. All right. Well, that is all for study session. So I will read us into executive session. We'll get an early start. Item D1, the City Council will convene in a closed executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.072, deliberation regarding real property, and Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, to discuss and consult with the city attorney regarding a contract for the sale of real property located at 13309 Josie Lane. And item D2, the City Council will convene in a closed executive session pursuant to Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consultation with attorney to seek legal advice from the city attorney regarding a claim and potential litigation involving PG Investco, LLC, DBA Presidium. With that, we will recess to the city manager's conference room and be back here at 6.